Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. Today we're taking a look into your future spouse. So first we're just going to get a general scenario that could come up or kind of be related to how you come together or how you'll know them. And then we'll get some zodiac signs, and then we're going to ask, what will they look like? How will you meet? What will draw them to you, and why will they be attracted to you? So we'll get one card for each question, and then just some oracle cards and advice from spirit like usual. So we have 3 piles today. Pile 1 is the Mystical Magna Tarot. Pile 2 is the Tarot of Tales and Legends. And then pile 3 is the Slow Tarot. So you can pause it if you need another moment to pick your pile, but we'll get right into it. The timestamps will be in the description box. And always just go with the very first thing that catches your eye. Really try not to overthink it. Okay, so we're taking a look into your future spouse. Get a general scenario first. Just kind of like where you're at, what you're going through. So you could be in a place right now where you are kind of struggling to move forward. You feel like you have a lot of options and you don't know which option to take. Yeah, you've been really stalled up or confused for a long time. This pile could be a pile that specifically took time out in hopes for reconciliation. Like you could have separated with someone in the past that you really cared about. It's like someone that was interested in you and it seemed like they were a really genuine person and they were going to come forward and communicate, but there was something about it to where it was like really premature. um they were really young, like they weren't able to come in and like offer you what you needed at that time. So something happened here where the opportunity was like lost or missed. There could have been some sort of influence, like outside influence, third party influence. It was this energy where like you separated and you felt like it was this premature thing, or like when you separate with someone and you feel like you're meant to come back together at some point. Um, you could have just felt like, okay, they're really young right now, or we're really young, or they have like really far to come before they can like see what's going on or detach themselves from whatever they were involved in that was like not healthy for them at the time. You felt like they had a lot more like learning and growing to do. So it's like you felt like whatever happened at that time wasn't them, if that makes sense. So you've always held out hope in your heart that you could come back together or be like redirected, like divinely guided back together. But it's like you both had a lot of like growing to do before this could happen or before they could come back together. But it's like, even if it's been a long time, it's like, even if it's been unconsciously on some level, you like kind of hid yourself away or closed yourself off, separated yourself off from other opportunities because you're holding out for the potential that you and this other person could like reawaken together, or that you're both being led on a similar path, um, to come back together again. So it's like you could have, yeah, you're like unconsciously closed off from meeting new people. Um, so yeah, this pile could, it's like you could have clicked on this video because you're like, okay, yeah, like I should be trying to think about like a new person. Like you are kind of telling yourself you're interested in new people, or you may even date around. But then it's like deep down you're like holding out or closing as part of yourself off for someone from your past, hoping that you still have like that bit of hope or faith that you'll come back together, be redirected back together with someone from your past. So yeah, that's still coming up here. But it's like almost this energy where it may even be possible, even if it's like been a long time, or you've like on some level you've like let this go, that could be who's coming through. In this pile, it's like they either are trying to decide if they should come through, or you're trying to decide if you should continue to hold out and hope and wait for this person to come back around, or for you to like kind of like divinely get led to having a second chance or reawakening this connection or something. So you're like, okay, should I continue to hold off and like hold out on new options or new people, new opportunities coming towards me? But it's like you could be going through a lot. Like you feel like you have a lot of burdens or a lot of weight that you're carrying in your life. And so it's like it's getting heavier and heavier to do it by yourself, to walk this path by yourself, to carry all these burdens on your own. So a part of you is like, okay, should I um not necessarily settle, but I guess like it could have felt like that for so long. To you it does feel like settling because you felt like such a genuine, authentic connection with this person. It's like you've never really connected with anyone else in the same way since. So you were almost like holding out or waiting for that. If this person couldn't come back around, it's like you wanted someone that you had that same type of like unspoken, like yeah, like telepathic, like energy exchange, like more of a spiritual connection, like yeah, some sort of higher level, like divinely orchestrated feeling to it. But it's like you haven't been able to find something similar to that, so you feel as though you should maybe just kind of move forward and choose someone who's going to help like carry the weight, um someone who's going to help like carry these burdens, or it's like choose someone so you can finally put down certain burdens and like lean on another person and rely on another person. But it's another part of you has been waiting for so long to have like another opportunity to come back around with like, yeah, someone specific here, that it's like you saw this really genuine piece or part of them, or it's like when you met them it felt like meant to be, or like this divine connection, so you've never been able to like let go of that, or you always like held out hope that there was something specific to that and it would like come back around. You could have thought this person was your twin flame at one point, but it's like you felt like they were just caught up in something else, or they were stuck in something else that was like not healthy for them, and so you had to remove yourself at one time even though it wasn't fair, and you always like held out hope that this opportunity would come back around again, you could come back together, be really happy, this person would be this really stable, um grounded figure, someone that you could rely on emotionally. But now you're starting to have this realization that's like it's been so long that you've been in limbo, that now you have so much that you're carrying that it's like you almost just need someone who is going to support you, carry the weight. It's like now over time, as you've grown and like you have more responsibilities in your life, you could have a different perspective. So it's like suddenly you see the way that this person has acted or handled things is like very hurtful. So you could be starting to like shift and take your power back, is another thing I'm seeing, because yeah, it's like you just are so overwhelmed, or you have so much that you're carrying that you're starting to realize that it's like you can only accept people in your life that are willing to carry the weight with you. It's like you're already carrying so much that you can't like carry this other person's burdens as well, even if they were to return, because they haven't really ever helped you carry like your weight load, even if it's just energetically. It's like they haven't really done a lot for you or like helped you out with a lot. So maybe your perception when you were younger was kind of like naive and immature. But then for some of you, they could be like moving forward or coming back around or starting to, it's like there's starting to be progress here. So you'll be like thankful that you held out or like didn't settle or choose anyone else, even though this was like a really long, difficult journey where you kind of had to overcome and carry a lot like all on your own. It's like it made it you like stronger. Um, but it'll be like that much more worth it when you do come back together. So there could be like two scenarios or multiple different like things going on. So take it however it resonates. It's just a general reading. So take what does resonate, leave what doesn't, obviously. Um, so we have the Queen of Wands. So yeah, I feel like the strongest scenario is definitely you are kind of you're starting to see your worth and your value, and so you're starting to set boundaries in your life. And so your perspective is just changing now that you've grown, now that you've matured in some way. You no longer see the situation the same way that you did, or you no longer feel like holding out or waiting for this person is like the stronger empowering thing. It's like you feel as though is this energy of like you see how far you've come on your own and how much you had to do on your own, and so now you have a lot of respect for yourself and a lot of confidence in yourself and your capabilities and what you bring to the table. So now you're what you're attracted to has like gone up, your standards have gone up. Like now you want someone who's going to meet you or match you on that level and not force you to like do all the work while they kind of almost take advantage of like your good nature. And you want someone who's going to like consider your feelings, so you're getting better at like setting really healthy boundaries with those around you. It's like your intuition is just starting to work with you and tell you exactly what you need to do with this scroll here. It's like the naughty or nice list or something, right? You have like the secret list as far as like who has like good intentions and who hasn't, and who should be like let into your energy and who you should exercise boundaries with. Um, we have the Fool in the reverse. So right now, as the energy stands, um, it's like you're not going to be able to get off the ground or get a fresh start with this person because you haven't set these boundaries yet, or you're just coming into them. And um, it's like you need this other person to see you in the same light or almost have the same respect for you. And it's like you may not be able to like outwardly come forward and communicate that to them. It may be more of like an energetic thing of like finally placing that boundary or finally drawing a line, if that makes sense. And then after that point, the situation will then transform and they'll react one way or another to your boundaries. And then it's like based off of that reaction from them, you'll either be able to have a new start or not. Yeah, like if you set boundaries with them and they were to react really poorly to that, then you're not going to be able to move forward. It's like an indication that that's more of like a false twin flame. And then if you are able to set healthy boundaries and they react well to that and it causes them to finally come forward and to start taking action or to have movement here, it creates that sense of respect, them rising to your level to meet you. Then it's like you potentially could come forward and have like a new chance or a new start in the future. um, yeah, we have the world, so there or the world in the reverse, so there really could be a lot of unfinished business here that's been building and brewing for some time. Yeah, with the world, it's like either the cycle's not ending, one of you is not ready to end the cycle. It's like not being able to learn the lesson, having to like go through something again. So that's kind of like the current energy here, the present energy. But it looks like you're really learning, growing, maturing here, and like figuring out how to, again, set those boundaries. It's like you've come a long way in this situation. So now you could have a completely different perspective. So it's like you can't close this cycle and properly walk away from this situation until there's some sort of shift in the way that your energy is towards this person. So we get some zodiac signs. So we didn't get a lot about like a new person. So it's like, again, you are still kind of like energetically blocked off from meeting a new person. So we have the Knight of Air, air signs, the Four of Water, Moon in Cancer, the Four of Air, Jupiter and Libra. So air signs, Libra in particular, and Cancer, water signs. Coming through. You could be an air sign and like they could be Cancer, have a lot of Cancer energy, or yeah, you could have like heavy air with the Libra. That's why you've been able to be like so balanced and fair and patient, and like hold off from just like coming forward and like kind of freaking out on them or like going apish. um yeah, they could be like with the Cancer, it's like very sensitive and you recognize something very sensitive, pure and genuine, but it's like they keep it buried so deep down and they don't ever reveal that or show that part of themselves, even whenever others try to emotionally appeal to them or be really genuine and vulnerable first. It's like they still don't want to offer up or reveal like their full selves or their true self. They feel very uncomfortable like coming to the surface and like fully exposing themselves. It just like could go against their nature. So it's like, yeah, again, there needs to be some kind of shift in the situation. So we'll still ask our four questions. What will they look like? How will you meet? What will draw them to you? Why will they be attracted to you? What will they look like? Okay, too many. How will you meet? What will draw them to you? And why will they be attracted to you? Ooh, the Ace of Cups. So they could be really attracted to you because you're very open and emotionally vulnerable, and that's something that goes against their nature. So it's like they want to learn how to do that. They want to learn how to open themselves up. Yeah, I'm just hearing again how like there's not a lot coming through in this reading about like a new person. So it's like you're so energetically closed off from meeting a new person, even if it's unconsciously. It's like you almost have to kind of like settle things out energetically with this person before you can move forward. Is like one way or the other, whether this person is like for you or not. So yeah, I'm just hearing that again. But the reason why they're so drawn to you is because you're very open, very vulnerable, very expressive. It's like you're very sensitive, but you wear your heart on your sleeve and you're not afraid to show that. With the Libra, it's like it could be easier for you to kind of like balance out your emotions. So it doesn't feel like you're exposing so much or like such a threat to be vulnerable. Like you're not such a all or nothing extreme type of person like they are. So it just like really scares them, but it's like they see the way that you are is like so unique and different. It's like something new that they do want to invite into their life, but it's almost like they don't know how to handle it or to how to communicate with that. It's like they're not this like well balanced like fair type of energy, so they don't, it's like hard for them to balance like protecting themselves or like guarding themselves and then being like really paranoid and like having their guard up to a fault. So sometimes they could kind of like wear a mask because that makes them feel more comfortable. It's like there's certain things like deep down that they just don't want other people to see. So it's like they don't know how to handle someone like you, even though they're very drawn and attracted to your energy. It's like it is something that they've wanted to like welcome into their life. So you could have been sensing that on some level this whole time. It's like you obviously were not crazy, if you will, if you've ever like thought that. But yeah, you could also be like very sensitive. Like you could just like randomly get like messages and downloads or get like randomly, if it's someone that you love and you're like emotionally connected to, it's like you can feel whatever's going on with them and you could always like feel and sense this person. So you're like, there's no way that they don't have some sort of emotional feelings or like they're not reciprocating the emotional connection to me because I can literally almost see, feel, and sense like where they're at, what they're doing, what's going on with them. Like you, yeah, you're so like connected to them and emotionally in tune with them. And it's like the connection hasn't been broken all this time or something. It's like you can still see them on some level. You may have dreams about this person. That's why, like, yeah, deep down, there's like this is coming from this like unconditional love type of place or this spiritually divinely led like hopeless romantic type of place to think that like the situation could like overcome the like illusion here or whatever's happened or like yeah like kind of come through the surface and like be finalized. What we were picking up on the beginning is like you could have had this initial like connection or spark, but it's like you never had the chance to get it off the ground or like take it to the next stage or to the next level or get like deeper into it because there was some sort of influence or like they were too young or too immature to like offer you what you needed at the time or they were in like an immature place in their life, they were like still in school or something. Yeah, they were like still learning and growing in some way. So they like were in a place to offer you something and you could like practically see that but it's like you could just sense their energy or sense a connection, or yeah, it's like it wasn't actually fully off the ground or started, to where there wasn't a chance for you, either one of you, to like really betray each other or damage each other in a way that there's like no coming back from. So deep down, you always like held on to this hope that eventually you would get like brought back together at the right time, and then come together and have like a more mature, higher level spiritual type of like power team, power couple, divine union, spiritually led, spiritually strong, open, vulnerable, authentic type of connection. Yeah, really powerful energy here. But they also, and with this 10 of Pentacles, it's like they either reciprocate the feelings, or that's why they like you so much, or they're so drawn to you, is because you're such a deep, like intense type of person. They want to like welcome that energy or invite that energy. They see you as very youthful, young, innocent, sweet, um, caring. So yeah, for what will they look like, we have the Four of Cups. So they've showed up in this energy for a long time in the past when you've seen them, or even if you would see them right now, like they show up in this energy of being really closed off or resistant to you. um, Heavy in the Cancer energy. So yeah, they could have like Cancer placements or moon in Cancer, like it says here. Um, we have two things though, where there's like a male with blonde curly hair. So they could be someone with blonde hair, curly hair. If it's a girl, it's like very long, flowing, like curly. It could be a guy, could have like long, flowing, curly energy too. But then there's also times where they wear their hair like shorter. It could be that for a girl as well. Um, I'm just seeing like a taller, thinner stature, someone who seems like uninterested and is always like looking away and seems like closed off from you, or yeah, seems like uninterested in the opportunity, or like they have other options but they don't care about those options as well. If you were to reach out to try to connect with them or talk to them, or if you have over the years, they've like ignored you or seemed completely uninterested, could have like ghosted you at a point, or again, they just ignored you anytime you've tried to reconnect. They wanted to just like kind of keep you like waiting on the doorstep for whenever they're ready to invite you in, if that makes sense. But they like your energy. They're drawn to your energy because it makes them feel like safe emotionally, but it's like they're not ready for it at this time. So they try to keep you at bay. They feel like if they were to look at you or communicate with you, then they could like say or do something wrong in order to like push you away. And so they just like do nothing about it. And then it always just kind of like stays there, almost hangs out in limbo. So, with how will you meet? I just seen these like two ships in the background. So you could meet like by water, or you could have met this person originally by water. You could reconnect again by water, or with the infinity. It's like there's this energy where if you ever do meet again or reconnect, it's going to be in the same place that you connected in the past. Yeah, water, like the seashore, could be relevant. It's like passing ships. I just saw this energy of like you could be at the lake and then they're like on another boat, and you see them, and your boats like pass by each other, and it like brings you back because you used to go to that same lake together a lot, or something like that. Water could be significant, like literally, yeah, surfing, like boating competitions, rafting. Again, though, there if it's not any of that, it doesn't have to be water. There's something to where it's like if and when you do like reconnect again or come back together again, it's going to be in the same place that you originally connected the first time, or that you would frequently come to connect in the past, or there'll be some sort of like coming back around, like we've done this before, deja vu type of energy. It also could have felt that way when you met them the first time, and then whenever you reconnect in the same place, you'll have that confirmation of like, oh, that's why I felt this way the first time I met you. It's because I always knew I was going to come back around to connect with you again. Future tells past. Past lets us know in the moment. So we'll look into what will draw them to you. So with the Six of Coins, it's like the main reason they're so drawn towards you is because they see you as very generous. They also see you as very patient. It's like you have waited a long time, and they have been considering other options like this whole time, and you've stayed open and patient and kept yourself like right there as an option, even though they were almost like not looking at you, or they were like considering other options and not even looking interested in them. It's like while they were like waiting around to make their choice or to balance things out, or like they could have been waiting to like build their career or build their savings so they had something solid to offer you, and it's like you were really patient this whole time, even though there was all these other people thinking that they were going to get this, or that this opportunity was going to come to them. But really this person kind of like had you in mind for whenever they got to this place of like stability, or they learned how to be able to be balanced and fair, reciprocate energy the way that you deserve. And it's like they always plan to come towards you, and so that's why they were closed off and like didn't really care or consider these other options here. So yeah, it's like because you were really patient, or you held out and you didn't let like anyone else that was like wanting their attention or waiting for them to come back around and give them something, you didn't let that get you down or see that as a threat, or you didn't ever like, it's like you didn't even pay attention to this or give any energy to this. It's like you didn't even care about the other people that wanted them, because you always just like deep down were like holding out that there was something special or unique or different or like divinely led between you two, and you would like ultimately come back together. It's like that sort of like patience, or that like steadfast like energy, or the way that you almost held out and didn't ever let anyone else around them or anyone else that wanted them like get you down or distort your perception of like the energy between you guys. It's like it that's something that really draws you to them, because they see you as someone who's like really solid, or yeah, someone that they could, it's like you're not easily swayed, or you don't easily get insecure or easily jealous of other people. You just kind of like focused on yourself and like rose up to another level. And so yeah, now you're on a whole nother level for yourself, and so you don't even care about like people who have their hand out for this person, or you like trust, you have like this level of confidence that this person also sees you in a different light the same way you do towards them, and that's like very attractive to them. Yeah, why will they be attracted to you? It's like you're so patient, and so that's definitely something that they see as like a huge strength or a huge positive, is that you're able to be very patient and hold out through like difficult situations while kind of like keeping your cool, um, staying true to yourself. Yeah, all of the stuff I was just describing. They could also see you as like very kind. Um, yeah, regardless of who was interested in them or attracted to them, it's like you just like held on to this hope or belief in your heart instead of like trying to be in competition with these people or trying to come for them. It's like you were just focused on like healing yourself and restoring yourself, putting energy back into yourself, focusing on yourself, and that is like very, very attractive to them. So they see you as someone who has a lot to offer emotionally. Winds of change, courage. Allowing change can open up your world in ways you could have never imagined. Dare to live courageously and soar above the clouds to discover new ideas, new people, and new outlooks to see your world in an expanded way. Reflection pond, mirror. Every person you interact with is viewed through your perception. They then reflect what you perceive, therefore are reflected into you. You're seeing a reflection through others by seeing a part of yourself. So again, you could have like really felt like this person was your twin flame at a certain point, and that's why you've been in this energy of like really unwavering in this connection. The situation will reveal to you the intention behind it, whether it's you betraying yourself in some way or another person or situation. You're being asked to unmask the truth by removing any blinders that hinder the clarity that is needed. Spirit guidance, co creation. Your spirit guides and guardians are here to assist you to help you evolve into your authentic self. The time is now to see yourself as your spiritual team sees you. They ask that you remove all limiting thoughts and open yourself up to them. Meditation and asking for signs are a great way to deepen your connection. Yeah, so I feel like this betrayal card is kind of a reminder that without setting those healthy boundaries, then it's kind of like you betraying yourself in the situation. Um, so we have fun and begin in the reverse. So it's like instead, Spirit's giving you the advice instead of being so overly focused on like the long run or the big picture, or how you're going to get things going, how you're going to do something, how you're going to begin something in this like very serious and practical way. Just start by having fun and wanting to like play and reconnect with this tire swing. It like makes me think of like childhood memories, like playing together with childhood friends, like doing fun um like kid activities. Like when you're a kid, you just connect with people that and just have fun with them. You don't overthink like, oh, am I going to end up marrying this person? You're just like, oh, am I having fun with this person today? So it's like start there, right? Start small to where it's not so big and overwhelming, or um, yeah, it may be easier is like to set boundaries along the way if you start off more lighthearted. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. So, yeah, that is all I have for pile one, taking a look into your future spouse. So if you watch this far into the reading, I really appreciate it. If you would like a more personal reading, then you can use the link that is in my description. But I hope you have a great day. Pile two. We're taking a look into your future spouse. So first we'll just get like a general scenario. And then we'll get some zodiac signs, and then we'll ask, what will they look like? How will you meet? What will draw them to you? And why will they be attracted to you? And we'll get some oracle cards for advice. Oh my gosh. So with this pile, you recently went through some sort of betrayal here. I hope it's not your future spouse that betrayed you. Or you could have been betrayed by someone and you're like holding out hope that they're still going to be your future spouse. Oh my gosh, we have this is crazy. But okay, so you are overcoming things. It's like at one point you were winning. At one point you were in this very secure relationship and it's like, yeah, it was all good. You were on top of things. You were really well connected. There could have been a lot more going on behind the scenes though than you realized. You could have been involved in like certain social groups with this person. So a past spouse is like coming forward. Or it's like you were betrayed by, yeah, someone in the past. It's like you relied on them at one point and then they like turned on you or they did something. You had like this whole life together and then all of a sudden they did something. All of a sudden, all at once, like everything going on behind the scenes or everything that you didn't know about, like there was like this huge 180, everything come out all at once. All these people could have been coming towards you and telling you all this stuff all at once. It was like total chaos. You felt like you were fighting like all these demons, but it could have just been like finally learning the truth or having all these realizations about whatever this person was doing in the past. um Massive scandal and betrayal. It was like a lot of people were talking about it. It could have been very embarrassing for you, so you almost kind of like isolated away in order to like learn and grow, work on yourself. But this could have been really difficult. It felt like super unfair that you had to be the one to like move in this way or like walk away and like start over, or there's this unfair energy to where you feel like people don't know like your side of the story or like where you're coming from in the situation. um you feel as though like all of the people around you or all the people that used to be around you, like whatever social scenes you were in before, you and this other person could have been really well connected, and you feel like all these people are like under this spell and they are like trapped in that same energy that you were, as far as like not seeing what's really going on behind the scenes. It's like this person could like make it seem like they're this really grounded, stable, reliable person, but then they actually like disempower people, or like they want to have control over others, or they keep people like really stuck in their relationships, but then they have this very charismatic, charming facade that they put on to the public in order to like captivate people or like keep people in a spell, keep people on their side. It's like people can't see like the truth or the real them. Like no one sees like what they're like behind closed doors, or um once they had more options, it's like they totally discarded you. It's like even though like this happened in this really scandalous way to where a lot of people were like talking about you or talking about this, or it was really embarrassing for you, it's like because this person has the people around them under like a spell, if you will, then they can go from that one in one moment, that energy of being like, oh my god, I can't believe like that happened, that's so embarrassing for so and so, to the next moment like blaming the whole situation on you somehow, and then like still being in alignment with the person who hurt you. Like there's some sort of weird, it's like an unfair where like you had to be the one to like walk away and start over and like almost isolate yourself to heal because everyone else was like so wrapped up in someone else's spell. um it's like they don't see like how many other options this person has, or like what this person really does. Like once they have you, then they suddenly make you feel like a choice or an option. They don't protect you the same way. Yeah, it's like the energy that they put out on the outside is not like how they really are in relationships, so it doesn't give people like an accurate um depiction of like what they're authentically like. And so they have like all these choices or options, or a lot of people support them even though they have ulterior intentions. Like yeah, it's like a lot of people are under their spell, if you will, to where they don't really think clearly in regards to like this person. And so then anyone who ends up dating them becomes like the fallout or like the collateral damage to that. And then this person can just go to like their other options because they're, it's like this energy where they're really well liked or well supported. They could be like a socialite type of person or like a popular type of person, to where like even though people see like the things they do wrong, it doesn't affect like their image or the way people see them overall. For whatever reason, they always have all these options. People are just like always under their spell, and you fell victim to this, or like you could have had this person be like your like spouse for a long time, and now you're trying to heal from this. But it's like moving forward, there's this energy of like something's not fair because people don't know like your side of the story, or you don't feel like vindicated in this situation. So it's like maybe a struggle to you between like, should I fight for like vindication or my side of the story, or should I just drop this and move on? And like you kind of struggle between like what would be justice in the situation. Like do you need justice, or would you like meeting someone else and connecting with someone else and being treated the way you deserve to be treated and just having like a happy life and relationship with someone else, is that like justice, and would that like vindicate you? But it's like you don't necessarily know how to get there because you're still like healing from this. But it's like you could have a strong desire to, which is like what caused you to want to click on a video like this, right, to see about new love coming towards you. So you do have a desire to be like completely done with this situation and move forward, but then there's something that holds you back. It's like your ulterior self, your higher self. There's something that tells you that there's like more that you need to heal before you're able to come forward and offer yourself emotionally or offer something to someone else. But you do have this desire to end this or to be done with this, and to like reconnect with someone new. Again, you kind of go back and forth between, should you just let this totally end and move forward with someone new, or what would be the best way to like end this once and for all and like feel like you got some sort of justice in the situation, basically. So we have the Nine of Cups, and then the Five of Wands. So both of these cards are like, I'm seeing someone coming towards you, offering you like a basket. The Five of Wands can sometimes represent new competition in your endeavors too. So it's like whoever this person was that really hurt you, they may have had control over you in the situation for a long time, but there could be a new person coming towards you that sees you as very secure and independent. They see how far you've come, or they see like how hard you've had to work, and they see you as someone who's just like really tired, or someone who's like taking a huge break or breath, and they want to come in and be that like support to help you like get to that next stage, to be able to like once and for all let go of this or release these burdens. It's like they want to give you that support to help you be strong enough to like get through this, overcome this, get to the other side, have just, yeah, something better. If they feel as though you deserve to like properly mourn the situation, or to have the emotional support to get through this, or to have some sort of like knight in shining armor to come in and protect you. It's like they want to offer some sort of support. But with you could be really like paranoid, or almost have your guard up towards this person, or not even towards this person, but towards, because you like haven't met them yet, right? Or you maybe haven't met them yet, but you just energetically are closed off to meeting someone new, because you are like struggling with like what would be justice in the situation. But it's going to be like right whenever you're paused thinking this through, like, can I continue forward like this on my own? It's like right whenever it becomes unbearable and you feel like you can't do this anymore, like you're not strong enough to get through this and protect yourself and like stand your ground, or like hold your boundaries anymore, like you don't know what to do, like right when you're ready to give in, it's like that's whenever someone new is going to come through, who's going to be that like shield, or that like protective armor, or just that rock to help you stand on emotionally. But then this person from the past could feel like this came out of nowhere, or like it's like then the person from the past could come forward and feel as though this is like competition for them, as they see everything as like a game, rather than seeing like how hard you were fighting to like get through something or overcome something in your life. And it's like this other person doesn't want to play games or compete or battle with your person from the past. It's like they just want to protect you, support you, help you get through something, and help to release like these burdens once and for all. Like they just want to help you like heal and let go of this. But then the past person's going to see that as a threat, or as them trying to come in and directly compete with them. So then they could come back and almost like fight with them, or like compete with you out of like ego or spite or something, because it like upsets them that like someone who just wants to offer you something genuinely came into your life, because then now you're like not really going to give all your power away to whatever the situation was in the past that you've been so stuck on, or you're having such a hard time like finally ending or removing yourself from once and for all. It's like you still go back and forth so much on like how you could take your power back in the situation, and you don't realize that then you're doing exactly what that person wants, which is like keeping your life stagnant and giving them all of your power. So it's like, yeah, spirit wants to confirm like the best way to be vindicated, or vindicated in the situation, or the best way to, yeah, it's like the best revenge is like, it's like you don't really need anyone else to know your side of the story. The best way to gain a sense of peace in the situation is going to be to like move forward and find someone who's going to connect with you, protect you, want to help support you, help you get through something, help you let go of the past, release the things that are hurting you. It's like, yeah, moving on and having that happy, secure relationship for yourself is going to be so much sweeter. Like that peace will be so much better than anything. It's like eventually this person's spell will wear off, or people will start to see through this person and see them for who they are. And so it's like you don't have to do or say anything, because the more you say, like, considering that energy, it's like you're just bringing a lot of this back onto yourself unnecessarily. Yeah, it's like helping to heal and helping you to kind of like let go of things that happened in the past and almost like not even really like care about it or like give your like so much energy or power to it, like whatever happened specifically, because then it's like you're just so happy to have someone who like would protect you emotionally instead of doing that to you, that it's like you're just thankful to have seen that person's true colors and to been able to safely remove yourself and like get into something else. And so it's like for looking at it from a higher perspective or the bigger picture, you see it as like a blessing that you were able to see through this person right away and like break out of their spell, even though it kind of isolated you away from a lot of people. At one time you felt like this isn't fair, but it's like you were getting this early start to like setting your life up in a more healthy way. It was like an opportunity, whereas like a lot of these people are just still kind of like under their spell or not even aware of like how they really operate, or like yeah, how they kind of deceive people. So we have some zodiac signs. So we have the Queen of Fire, the Five of Fire, Saturn in Leo, fire and water. Nine of Air, Mars in Gemini. Page of Water, water and earth. And Three of Air, Saturn in Libra. So yeah, fire, water, water, earth, Libra, Leo, Gemini are all coming through. So we're going to look into this new energy that was popping up here, coming towards you. We'll look into what will they look like, how will you meet, what will draw them to you, and why will they be attracted to you. So leaving this other person that really hurt you in the past of the reading. Okay, what will they look like? How will you meet? What will draw them to you? And why will they be attracted to you? Ooh. So we have the Two of Cups and the Eight of Wands. So, and the Nine of Swords underneath that. You could be in this energy of feeling like this is never going to happen. You're never going to meet someone new. Like you're going to be in this like isolated healing journey forever. But Spirit is saying this is not true. This is definitely going to end here. It's like, yeah, right when you start to like lose faith, or right whenever you're starting to be in this energy of like, will this really ever happen? Will this opportunity ever come back around? It's like all at once, it's going to come out of nowhere when this does happen, or when you do meet this person, it's going to happen very fast. And they'll come forward to connect with you like very quickly. You'll be able to meet up and actually like connect, like from once you meet each other to being able to come forward and meet and connect like in a physical way, like not necessarily intimately, but just like actually connect with each other in person and build those memories. It's like it's all going to happen really, really quickly or unfold super fast. You'll spend a lot of time together. They'll be really fair and well balanced, or like they'll follow through on things really quickly. This will come across as really shocking and surprising to you, based off what you're used to. So we have, what will they look like? With the Three of Wands, so they're going to be very grounded in nature. Yeah, this looked like a tree at first. It's like they almost belong in nature. They could be a very spiritual person. They could dress in a very spiritually specific way, um, or just, yeah, kind of like drape themselves in layers, or just like dress for like their spiritual comfort. They could like spending a lot of time around water. They're just going to come across as someone who's very like ethereal and dreamy. They're going to seem as though they're like out of this world. They could have long hair, regardless if they're a girl or a guy. It's like they'll have very long curly hair. If they're a girl, they could have like very long blonde hair. The guy, we're seeing like red curly hair. They could wear many different hats. So like they could do a lot of different jobs, or like blend in a lot of different scenarios, but it's like they're most comfortable in nature. They could have some sort of status or some sort of like oasis near water, like access to some sort of exclusive place. So they could look like they have a lot of like secrets or a lot of depth to them. They come across as like a very mysterious person, someone who's very connected to the divine, very spiritually led, insightful, compassionate. It's like they consider others. They care about nature, like a humanitarian. Like Aquarius is also coming through. It's like they want to help others learn and grow, or help guide others, or give back to others, because they have like, they know they have a lot to offer. They have really big dreams to be able to like support and take care of others. They could have really big humanitarian dreams and goals. With how will you meet, we have the Two of Pentacles. So you could meet at work. You could meet this person through work. Like if you're just getting into like more spiritual work, like as you've kind of isolated to heal from all this stuff, it like forced you to kind of like switch up like how you're operating in your life. And now you've gotten into like a more unique like work field. So you could meet this person through work, or I don't know why it looks like they're sitting in a jail cell and this one person's like a prisoner, and then there's like an angel coming to visit them. So that could be specific. One of you could feel like held down or like a prisoner, and then it's like that, it feels like the other person comes in like out of nowhere, is like sent by heaven or like divinely sent in order to help free the other person from their circumstance, or from being like guilty by public opinion or something. It's like once the divine steps in, the people around you no longer have the same authority to keep you held down or to keep you stuck. It's like nature has been trying to send you messages, or send messages to the divine that like you needed help out of the situation. So is, you feel as though spirit is like sending this person to like rescue you or save you, or they're gonna feel that way about you. Could feel like outcome, it's like it's coming out of nowhere, but again, it's like right whenever you are in this energy of like, okay, nothing's ever gonna change, like yeah, no one's ever gonna like see me or see my side or believe me, like you just feel as though you have to just surrender, submit to like whatever your circumstances are. It's like that's whenever the divine finally steps in to help guide you towards freedom, or just like a better connection. So with what will draw them towards you, we have the Two of Swords. So we have two twos. We have the Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. So 222 could be relevant if that's like a number. And this is pile two. So 2222 could be relevant. And then we have the Three of Wands and the Three of Swords on either side. So two threes. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And then we have 3223, 3223, which is like a mirror number. So it's like this person is drawn to you for the very thing that is like, yeah, hindering you in this relationship. They see everything that you've went through here, and they like, this person sees you. They may have went through like this something similar to this themselves. They've had to like fight through or overcome like being a victim of some sort of circumstance in a similar way. So they have some sort of spiritual knowledge or spiritual information to where they can see the situation like in a deeper way without even having the full information or the full perspective. It's like they don't even need to know like what really happened. They can just see by the way that you carry yourself that you've been through like something similar to them, and so they have a lot of compassion towards you, or they see you as very strong because of what you've had to go through or the way that you carry yourself. And this is a big reason why they're so drawn to you specifically. Or, yeah, one of the reasons why they're so attracted to you is because they see like what you went through, and they feel like the way that you handled yourself, it's like you may not have been perfect, but you didn't deserve like all of this judgment or to have everyone like talking about you in this way, or all of the drama that you've went through. It's like, again, it just reminds them of like something that they went through themselves. So they feel like you mirror something in them, or they see something reflected in you that they've is familiar to them or that they've went through, to where then they're able to see you in your circumstance and like see you in a deeper light, or like see you for who you are and not like what everybody says about you or like what's on the surface. um so that it's like they want to come in and help like turn things around for you, or to help move you out of this, or kind of show you how they overcame this themselves. But yeah, it's like the very thing that they find so attractive about you is the way that you handled yourself through like all of this pain and heartache and this betrayal that you went through. It's like on the surface you may feel as though like everyone is like against you, or people are judging you, or people just see your flaws or like the little things that you did wrong and are just like judging you or looking at you in a bad light. But it's like there is someone specific around you that actually sees it in a different way because they've went through something similar, so they see you as like strong and fierce. And yeah, they see it as attractive that you had the balls to like stand up for yourself in such a way, even though it was going to come across so abrasive, or like everyone was just going to judge you. It's like having the strength and the courage to like stand on your own like against everyone else, or having that type of courage. Like they see that as like this like fierce, you're like someone they want on their team, because you would ride for the truth, like no matter who turns on you, or like no matter how it makes you look, or no matter who judges you. Like they see that as a really strong quality. They feel like you deserve to like someone to like ride with you or have your back. They want to show you like how they kind of like overcame certain situations or like certain scandals that they've went through, or how they were able to like move forward again, reconnect with themselves. It's like they want to help you. But again, yeah, it's like they're drawn to you because of what you went through and the way that you handled it. So to you, this whole time, you could have felt like, oh my gosh, this isn't fair. Why do I have to be the one to like get almost exiled, or I have to be the one to walk away and heal and work on myself? But it's like because you handled it that way, it made you look so much more attractive, or it set you apart to this like new person who could want to come towards you, or is being like divinely guided or led to comes toward you. It's like you're illuminated or like lit up for them on their path. They could be a very spiritual person, so they really try to like follow their intuition. Fences and flowers, boundaries. Create a protective environment that serves as a respectful space filled with positive energy, choosing only those that honor your clear boundaries to share your space physically and mentally is needed. Passing ships. Timing. The energy is not aligned in this situation to create synastry. There may be another ship coming that isn't in your view just yet. Patience is needed to create the best outcome. Some advice from Spirit. Fault lines, repair. Earthquakes come from fault lines beneath the surface. When things in your life are built from fear or ill intentions, they cannot withstand when life shakes things up. Use this time to look within yourself and in relationships to see any cracks that need mending or a new foundation to be built. Also within yourself, too, like sometimes we get kind of broken down, so then Spirit can build us back up into our what's in more in alignment with our soul, if you will. Betrayal revealed. The situation will reveal to you the intention behind it, whether it's you betraying yourself in some way or another person or situation. You are being asked to unmask the truth by removing any blinders that hinder the clarity that is needed. Past life karma, cycles. This indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person, or situation. Look into ways to clear past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. So, yeah, seeing the bigger picture and just taking this in the past as a lesson and being thankful that this hope like kind of happened in order to divinely orchestrate you towards someone who's going to see you standing in that power and see your boundaries as super healthy and attractive and see you as strong. And yeah, with the fault lines, it's like you're being given the opportunity to build a whole new type of connection or relationship that's a lot more in alignment with you and having healthy boundaries. So it's more in alignment with your spiritual journey and bringing you closer to spirit, to God, whatever you believe in. So, yeah, sometimes it's all about perspective. So, we have look within and let it go in the reverse. So, it's like before you're fully ready to let it go, there could be a little bit more to look at within yourself in order to heal everything that you would want to heal to be most in alignment and ready for a new opportunity to come through after a really difficult heartbreak and betrayal that we're picking up here. Something that could have been just like embarrassing or really hard to go through. So, sending lots of love and light and support to pile 2. If you would like a more personal reading, then you can use the link that is in my description. But I hope you have a great day. Pile 3. Looking into your future spouse. First, we're just going to get a kind of an overall scenario, and then we'll get zodiac signs, and then we'll ask, what will they look like? How will you meet? What will draw them to you? And why will they be attracted to you? So we have the 4 of coins and the Queen of Swords. So this pile is very closed off from connecting with someone emotionally. You could have very high standards, strong boundaries. You could be focused on like your finances or your savings. It's like you're not quick to offer a lot up front. It takes a while for someone to like get deeper, um, or to almost kind of like earn your trust, or for you to be willing to be vulnerable. Yeah, it's like people have to kind of win you over. You could be just looking for something more serious, and so it's like people have to really kind of prove themselves, or prove that they're going to like follow through or show up for you in a similar way, that they have similar goals, similar visions, similar things that they're working towards. Yeah, it's like they have to really kind of win you over before you'll be fully upfront, or just like fully emotionally connected. You just like reserve certain parts of yourself. It's like you could like not even tell people how much money you have or how much money you make, because you're worried about like getting taken advantage of. So yeah, you're kind of like rigid and narrow-minded in the sense. It's like you only show people what you're comfortable with them seeing at first. Or it's like you may make it seem like you like live comfortably, but then you kind of mislead them on like how comfortably, just because you don't want someone to connect with you purely because of what you have to offer. You don't want someone to like take advantage of you in any way, or to connect with someone over the wrong reasons, or to know that they're in the relationship for the wrong reasons. So that's kind of why you do this, or why you like put up a certain front, or you're very guarded at first or closed off at first. Yeah, it takes you a long time. They have to almost like prove themselves, or prove that they're also like on the same level, or that they have like the same goals and ambitions, or the same views, or they want to get to the same place in their life, and then you feel safe to connect with them emotionally. So you could have been really taken advantage of at some point in your past, or like you could have been really poor at some point in your past or something. So to you, you associate like money with your ability to like take care of yourself and survive. And so from your perspective, it's not this like selfish thing. It's more of this like survivalist, like protecting yourself in order to make sure that you can continue to take care of yourself. Even if someone comes along that doesn't have the best intentions for you, you're not going to like lose everything, or like let this person like energetically take everything from you without you really knowing their true intentions, or like where they like, if they even want like a serious relationship. Or yeah, it's like you want to know like what people's intentions are. If they just want to take advantage of you, if they're just interested in you because you seem like successful, or like you're going to take care of them, or be like a breadwinner or something. um so we have the Emperor in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune, and the Temptation card. So it's like you're so guarded and you're so closed off that it's like you're kind of manifesting or attracting the very thing that you don't want. You're like so worried about someone only wanting you for the opportunities that you're bringing into their life, that you are not manifesting or attracting like a stable, solid, grounded partner. You're only attracting someone who's going to try and like tempt you, or like lure you into breaking your boundaries. So, really interesting energy here. It's like you're bringing the very thing that you don't want into your life, because you're so closed off and you're so guarded and you're so afraid of that happening. You're so attached to that experience that that's what is coming up in your experience. So we're going to get some zodiac signs. So we have Pluto, Judgment, so Scorpio energy. So it's Scorpio with Scorpion, kind of self-sabotage. Leo, Strength, and the Three of Water, Mercury in Cancer. So if Scorpio, Cancer, Water signs, Leo, and Strength, and the Ten of Air, Sun, and Gemini coming through as well. So yeah, it's like you, even those cards are kind of confirming you are remanifesting like someone to come in to like want to be intimate with you, but then only want to be friends. Someone who's going to be emotionally unavailable, emotionally closed off. Yeah, it's like this kind of the same lessons over and over again. Being the same painful lessons being repeated like over and over again with the Ten of Swords and all the skulls. So let's see, what will this red flag person look like? How will you meet? What will draw them to you? And why will they be attracted to you? So with why will they be attracted to you, the Five of Wands already came out. And so I feel like you're attracting someone who is, with your energy right now, you're attracting someone who is going to want to be with you because they see you as someone who's easily put in competition with others. Or they see you as someone that they could easily fight with in order to rile up, in order to like turn things around on you. It's in order to get what they want. They also could just be really attracted to you. But it's like they want you to be kind of hung up on them and to make like certain choices and sacrifices in order to be with them. They want someone who will like do anything to show or test loyalty. So it's like they see how you need someone to almost prove themselves or prove their loyalty. So they see you as a test to like turn this energy around on you and see if they can get you to then like totally go against your boundaries and be the one to prove yourself to them and like make all these choices and decisions to be with them. Like if they can like turn your energy around on you and then get you to be the one to rise to meet them on their level and make all these choices to be with them, so then you're caught up and like energetically tied to them. So it's like even though you don't have bad intentions with the energy that you're in, with someone turning it around on you, it gets you really caught up or really hung up in a negative way and like kind of takes you away from what you really want and what you really desire in a relationship, like the type of stability, partnership, connectedness that you would like to have. And then they're going to use like your passions and your emotions against you, like weaponize, yeah, like your passionate nature, like your attraction for them or their attraction to you. Or just like, yeah, the energy of like knowing they can get you riled up in order to use your energy against you to get you to act in the way that they want in order to get what they want in a relationship. So yeah, it's like you're attracting someone that doesn't have the best intentions for you based off the energy that you're in currently in this moment. What will they look like? We got the devil again, the temptation card. So it's like they're going to look like someone who goes against all of your boundaries and wants to lure you out of all of your boundaries. It's like you're not your typical person. So like if you typically want like more of a, I just heard though they could actually like at first show up in the energy that you want. So if you want more of like a clean cut like type of person, you have all these standards as far as what your person should look like. They may fit into all of that aesthetically, so you'll be really attracted to them at first, but then it's like they'll show their true side, and then once you see the true side to them, you're going to see them in a totally different light or in a totally different way, and you'll no longer be like as physically attracted to them, or like their physical looks will no longer hold as much power or as much weight. But it's like at first they may be like aesthetically your type, or um but then it's going to kind of teach like help you to like grow and like let go of that, if you will, because you're like, okay, well, I had all these standards or all these checks that someone had to fit into in order to like meet where like what I thought a partner should be, and then it's like this person fit into all of that criteria, and then they still ended up being like this. So then it's going to kind of teach you that like looks can be deceiving, or people can weaponize like your desires against you in that way in order to manipulate you into wanting to be with them until they feel as though they have power or control over you in your life, and it will be really difficult for you to like move out of the situation. With the how will you meet, 6 of coins, okay, you could meet at a charity event or something. It's like some situation where they're going to come across as really generous and giving, and you're going to be like, wow, this person is like so giving and caring. They give so much. They give back to others so much. They take care of others. They It's going to seem like, okay, they could go and purposely be like really giving to others right in front of you. So then you're like, wow, this person's super super giving to other people. They really support and take care of the people that they love. And then they're going to seem like they're going to give that energy to you, but then they don't. And they switch up and treat you really unfairly, or like give more to like other people in their lives than you or something, in order to purposefully like mess with your self-esteem and make you believe that you deserve less than, or to get you in this energy of like chasing after them or like proving yourself in order to get back to how much they were seeming like they were going to give you in the beginning. It's like you're earning their love, or that kind of love bombing, to where it's like they seem like they're going to come in and do so much, or they're so generous and giving to others. So then it seems like this potential, but then they don't do that. And then they find some way to turn it around on you and like blame you. And then you spend like the rest of the relationship basically trying to earn their love and affection, or prove that you're worthy of them giving to you in the way that they seemed like they were going to in the beginning. um yeah, those like hook, like narcissistic kind of tactics. What will draw them to you? So if you're a very indecisive person, or if you're the type of person that like you almost wait until the last minute to make decisions, or you almost wait until it's too late to make like healthy choices or decisions, it's like they could see this. They see some sort of energy to where you go back and forth, or in their perspective you're like easily swayed, or that you could be like easily distracted until it's like too late to do something, and then for some reason they just see you as like someone that they could almost like capitalize off of. Yeah, like they could distract you from making certain choices until it was like too late for you to be able to make those choices, and then you would ultimately just be like left. It's like this like kind of wanting to mislead you or fool you or trick you into things, because they know that you're not going to like authentically choose certain stuff outright, because who would? But they see you as someone who's easily like misled into choosing the things that they want you to choose, or someone who's easily misled into choosing things that keep you in a position of them having power over you. Yeah, it's like they can keep you so distracted until then it's like too late for you to like make another choice or another decision, and then you're just like stuck with whatever circumstance they choose for you, and then it's like this repetitive cycle that's really hard for you to break out of, like down the line. It's like once you realize what's going on, or you realize that they're never going to come back in and like give you the way that you deserve or treat you the way that they seemed as though they would in the beginning, then it's like too late, or it's very, very difficult for you at that point to move out or to get out of this situation. And then it's like if you are trying to get out of this, like then they'll just like put you in competition with others or create a lot of like chaos in your life. It's like a really painful cycle that of trying to get out of the situation once you get into this type of stuff, or you feel like completely disempowered by someone in this way. But that's like their goal, is so then it's like really, really difficult or hard for you to leave, and they always have someone to kind of like capitalize on. So yeah, they're so attracted to you because they, okay, so the type of energy that you give off, of like how we were picking up in the beginning, like you have been like maybe very financially taken advantage of, or just really taken advantage of in the past. So you have your guard up, and you come across really protective, or you come across of like, okay, I'm going to show you how much I have to offer, but be like misleading about it. It's like the wrong type of people can see through that and see like on a deeper level why you come across that way. So the wrong type of people can see like, okay, they're moving like this because they have a lot more to offer below the surface, or they see you as like, yeah, someone who has a lot to bring to the table, a lot to offer, very valuable here. And so it's like more of a challenge to get you to then invest in them, or to open up to them in ways that they don't with others. So it's like the wrong type of people see you as like a challenge in order to have like some sort of access to you that other people don't have materialistically, or they see you as like this opportunity or this challenge. Like with the keys, it's like they want in ways that like other people, they recognize that like you don't let everybody in, or you don't let, you have a lot more to offer below the surface than what you reveal or give away. So they see you as like a more valuable opportunity than others. It's almost like this gold mine, or this like, they know there's way more below the surface than what you are showing. And so you're like more of a valuable opportunity, because yeah, they feel like there's just something about like the energy that you show up in, or that you give off, that we were picking up right in the beginning, of like the way that you are, in that withholding way, that it's like they know that once you do finally let someone in, or once someone does like win you over, if you will, then it's really difficult for you to detach yourself or to pull out of that emotionally, because you do have a lot to give. And once you give all of that away to someone, it's like you're all in. That's, there's like a reason why you like almost hold back or preserve yourself. And so they see you as like more valuable, or you have more to offer in that sense because of that. So it's like you're in that energy because you're just trying to protect yourself, but then it's like the very thing you're trying to protect yourself from can see you, and kind of see deeper like what's going on there, that there's more to offer than you will reveal. And so then it's like the wrong type of people will just work that much harder, um, to like win you over, because then it's that much more of a victory for them, or they get much more out of this, that much more out of the situation, because of the way that you are, how much you really do have to offer, how much value you really have, if you will. So it's like, yeah, they see you in your value, but they just have like the wrong intentions, or it's like the wrong type of people see it, because then they don't have like the best intentions. But then that's the energy that you're putting out, is like perfectly in alignment with someone who has this more narcissistic type of mindset and intentions, to then come in and use this against you, or operate in such a way that uses your energy against you, or turns it back around onto you. Waves of attention, admiration. People notice you for the star that you are, whether through your work ethic or simply by being you. It's your turn, so bask in the waves of admiration and attention. You deserve it. Ripple effect, intention. The intention behind actions is far reaching and at times very impactful. The frequency of your action is then matched and echoed through time. Be mindful of the power behind your thoughts, decisions, and actions. Leadership, forefront. You have the opportunity to take the lead. It may be in work, personal, or family situations. You have the wisdom and knowledge to do what is best at this time. No more playing it safe and blending in with the pack. Shine your light and speak your truth. Past life karma. Cycles. This indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person or situation. Look into ways to clear past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. So yeah, with the taking ownership, it's like recognizing the ways where like you just didn't realize some of the energy that you're putting out there, or like you didn't have that intention in your heart, and spirit can definitely see that. But then being able to take ownership or take accountability that has then affected you or drawn certain energies you didn't want back into your life can be key, and to just help just clear the energy of the situation to be able to move past it and no longer like manifesting this back into your experience. So we have stay together and say nothing in the reverse. So I guess spirit wants you to stay together and say something. I feel like this is like, don't stay quiet, like have boundaries, stand your ground, speak your truth. Um, yeah, let people know you see through them. Yeah, so that's all I have for pile 3, taking a look into your future spouse. So I hope you like the reading. If you would like a more personal reading, you can use the link that's in my description box. But I hope you have a great day.